Hey friends, I need to take a time out and tell you about Anchor. It's the fastest and easiest way to make your own podcast. Even I can do it. It's free. They have lots of creative tools. They have music that you can use in the background, and you can even make money on your podcast. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's ANCHOR.FM. All right, back to the show.
Hey, what are you hiding under there? Let's talk about it.
Have you ever wanted to overhear an author's journey? Have you reached out to get into a kind, creative space only to find correction on your grammar? That was me. Hi, I'm Wendy Gilhula, and that's why we've created the Right Kind podcast. Each week, I'll answer one big question about getting your children's book manuscript started or level up your first draft. I'll also provide a PIKA Bunny Power Minute to give you more of what you need. Subscribe now and keep up to date. Hello, friends. Thank you for being here for the first episode of the first season of the Right Kind podcast. What is the Right Kind podcast and who's it for? Well, I'm trying to combine journeys of beginning writers or journeys of your life combined with kindness. Because a lot of times I find that if you're creating something or you're working on something, there's not a lot of kindness out there to support you. So I'm here to support you. This podcast is about you. So grab a pencil because I have a freebie coming up for you. Okay, I'm just going to hop in there. What am I hiding? Well, there's a lot of shame associated with what I'm hiding. I believe I have an undiagnosed reading comprehension problem. I remember being almost in tears every time my teacher would call my name to read aloud, and it was torture. But that doesn't define who I am as a creative or a consultant. I actually have turned it into a superpower that I refer to as untangling. What do I mean by that? I have to dive deeper into whatever I'm working on to get to the heart of the problem or the story or the situation. It's like I'm physically diving into your work, and I love it. There's little more that's rewarding to me than watching one of my clients as they react to one of the big questions that I have that reveals to them the answer that they need. And their reactions say it all. What are you hiding? Can you make it a superpower too? And here's a little PIKA Bunny music.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Congratulations, Wendy. I'm so excited. I love the song. I love your voice. And I'm sure you're going to be amazing on this new podcast. God bless you. And thank you for being part of my podcast. Shine bright like a diamond. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you, friends, for being here. I just want to let you know that this is going to be unedited. It's going to be raw. I'm going to make mistakes. My apologies in advance. This podcast isn't for me. It's really for you. It's not about me. I'm going to share big questions and answers about my journey, but it's really about how I can help you be creative, how I can help you find courage, and how I can go along with you with your own journey. So my first big question today is usually the first or second question that many of the hosts have asked me, and that is, how long ago did you write your first manuscript? Well, that's a tricky question Because when I was 6 years old, I would make stories up for myself. I was an only child. And my first story that I made up turned out to be in my book, PIKA Bunny and the Thunderstorm. But the first manuscript I actually typed out in a typewriter that long ago is PIKA Bunny Has a Big Question. And it didn't start out as PIKA Bunny Has a Big Question because I didn't even know who PIKA Bunny was at that point. My main character was really Jack. He had long ears. He was a white rabbit. I loved Jack so much. I thought my story had some merit, so I sent it to a publisher. The publisher returned it about 3 months later to tell me that kindness was not relevant. And I was so embarrassed. I was so humiliated. I thought, now I have written something that's not relevant. And what was I thinking? So I stuck it in the bottom drawer of my dresser. And every time I cleaned out my dresser, I would take out the manuscript in that old envelope and I would put it in the trash can. And then I would put my clothes back in that I was going to keep for that year. And then I would look at the trash can and I just couldn't throw my manuscript away. So I pulled it back out and I stuck it in the drawer. Well, since writing that, I got married. I had kids. I have 2 wonderful kids. I'm trying not to brag, but they're amazing and I had nothing to do with it. They're just amazing on their own. But anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah. We were talking about my manuscript that I had hidden away, and even my kids didn't even know about it. So I hope that you are not hiding your works. I hope that you learn from me and do not hide your manuscripts for decades. That helps nobody. I mean, if you want to do that, that's fine. If you want to keep them hidden and just for yourself, then do that. But if there's something inside of you that wants to share it, at least get them out of the drawer or wherever they're hidden and share them with your best friend. Just share them with your best friend. Have courage and do it. And drop down in the comments if you have something hidden. Because I'd really like to know. I'd really like to know if there's anybody else out there listening who has a project that's not finished, or maybe you have a first draft of something and you're not sure if you want to share it, but I would really like to know if you have a big question about what I was talking about and how I felt, please leave it in the comments. I'm going to pick one big question and maybe have it in a future podcast. You never know. Could be your question. So coming up, your PIKA Bunny Power Minute after this. Welcome back from the break. You may be wondering what a PIKA Bunny Power Hour is versus a PIKA Bunny Power Minute. A PIKA Bunny Power Hour is where we have 1 hour to get into your manuscript or into your creative work. And I ask big questions, big revealing questions about maybe things that you haven't thought about before, or maybe just stretch your ideas of what you could possibly do. A PIKA Bunny Power Minute is where I set my timer for 60 seconds, and I try to give you all the advice I can on the subject we're talking about in the episode for 60 seconds. It comes straight from the heart, and you can take what you want, and you can leave the rest. So here we go. All right, we're at the time for the PIKA Bunny Power Minute. And I'm going to literally keep it 60 seconds because I want to keep it concise. I want to give you information from my heart for 1 minute. So I'm really going to set the timer, cross my fingers. I can say it the way I want to say it. All right. I want to share with you about when you're ready to share your hidden work. If you have anything that's hidden and you're ready to share it, you have the courage to share it, pick one person Do not put it all over Facebook. Don't get that brave and put it all over Facebook. I don't suggest that. You can do that if you want to, but just select one person that you feel safe with. If that person does not know that you write, that you draw, that you create, and you're hiding your creations, you need to tell them a little bit beforehand so that they can wrap their head around, oh, I didn't know my friend liked to fill in the blank, whatever, creative. Give them time to just see you in that space before you bring out your work. And then when you do bring out your work, this is the hardest part, don't be emotionally attached to every single part of your work. Just let them read it, let them experience it, and then let them have their own reactions. Don't take anything personally. They may still be trying to put you in that space. It might be too soon. And I went over a minute. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions about the PIKA Bunny Power Minute, you can put them in the comments. I will read all the comments and I will try to get back to everybody.
If you're tired of unhelpful comments when you're trying to hone your craft or be yourself, this is a great place to hang out and listen with others who are just trying to figure it out too. Please follow the Right Kind podcast. And if you have your pencil, please write down wendygilhula.com/subscribe for your freebie. The freebie is for writers, and it's 5 things that newbies do that make publishers cringe. Yeah, you might want to know those 5 things. I probably will have some more to add as well. wendygilhula.com/subscribe. WENDYGILHULA. Wow, you hung in there. Thank you. For now, I want to leave you with this PIKA Bunny quote. Love is kindness. Love is giving. Love is an action and not a feeling. And here's some more PIKA Bunny music. Until next time. What are you waiting for? Hop to it.